Let's go. It's Killer B, the kid, witch finder general. You got a witch, I'll burn them up.
This is another contribution of devil's music, the type to make a reverend feel threatened and make a reference to it in the sermon, get offended and an erection to it. Now where's the exorcist? Get him, and if he's dead, exhume him. I need a Seventh-day Adventist that headed apprentice who's oppressed by these questions too, who's an expert in weapons, who'd make the heavens rain tax and Uzis and make a mess on your front lawns, blemish your precious suit. Tell every televangelist that I'm coming. I'm confronting every Joel Osteen, these arrogant uncle fuckers, Jimmy Swagger. Don't embarrass yourself like Harold Camping. You're not even capable of taking care of yourself, let alone a whole congregation full of misguided souls looking for salvation, waiting for the spawn of Satan to show up, or some abomination to wake up in the manger to keep you afraid and keep you donating. There are 7 sins. I've committed all 7. And this televangelist keeps yelling, telling me I should buy what he's selling. There are 7 sins. I've committed all 7. And this televangelist keeps yelling, telling me I should buy my way back to heaven. Peter Popoff, not one of these stupid people caught on. You're the reason why people stop believing in God. All these faith healers and con artists, even the frauds are surprised by how long the scheme has gone on. Pagans, heathens applaud, some false prophets screaming across the fucking stage while wielding a cross. Angels, demons, and dogma, teaching us, preaching the gospel based on fear. What a crock! Now pay for it. Here's what it costs. If you don't make enough money, then pray for it. Your visa will charge. Just leave it in the offering basket, along with the keys to your car. Proceed to the exit exceedingly and leave with misleading and flawed ideas. Don't read the Bible or read the Quran. Benny Hinn needs you to stop moving as he places his palm on your forehead and his knee to your crotch. There are 7 sins. I've committed all 7. And this televangelist keeps yelling, telling me I should buy what he's selling. There are 7 sins. I've committed all 7. And this televangelist keeps yelling, telling me I should buy my way back to heaven. Is it blasphemy for me to feel nervous when my 3-year-old stands next to a Catholic priest? And do I have to keep my eye on him and remind him to keep his pedophile hands to himself? Meanwhile, there's a Warren Jeffs lurking from a hornet's nest in your Mormon church, quoting verses about morals somewhere, sweating as he's receiving oral. Don't you think it's ironic Alanis Morissette, more or less, remorse was never expressed by any clergy or regret, and I find it a little concerning that the only apology that I've ever heard was from an attorney. Does anyone else feel as disturbed? And if you're not feeling this verse, then you're probably a pedophile priest that deserves to diabolically burn and die a fiery death for the rest of eternity in an urn. There are 7 sins. I've committed all 7. And this televangelist keeps yelling, telling me I should buy what he's selling. There are 7 sins. I've committed all 7. And this televangelist keeps yelling, telling me I should buy my way back to heaven.
Peace, y'all. It's Killer B, goddamn witch finder general. I'm back at y'all live again. Another ill-ass video. Got 3 people up in the room. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We about to get it in tonight. We can share some information with y'all. We're going to get into this King James Bible. Some things that are encoded in the Bible. you can get a little bit of history on the people that put that Bible together, what they was about, what they were trying to accomplish, and see where things go. So yeah, we had a pretty good show earlier today. We had Chris Harris on. He fucking wrecked shop once again. Stuff. He gave us a good hour of his time, some ill information. So I'm going to help him out, continue with some of that stuff here. Sister P, hey Sister P, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. See if we get some more people up in here before I get started. One to keep jacked up. Yeah, I always got something jacked up. Either the keyboard or the mouse. I gotta take a picture. I got another mouse. I gotta take a picture of my old one and stuff, so you can see what I be going through over here. I don't know what the hell I be doing with this stuff, but yeah, like I said, we can get into this King James Bible. I'm gonna read a research paper by a woman named Peggy Parker. She did a pretty good job on this. So some of the stuff that, one more thing, if you guys check out that thumbnail, look at that thumbnail. That thumbnail is from the original 1611 version of the King James Bible. And as you can see, dead center. Dead center. Yeah, we go. Baphomet. As all y'all conspiracy nuts and stuff would say. 666. Devil, Satan. Baphomet, goddamn it. Front and center. So we're going to get a little bit of that stuff. It's pretty crazy, though. What a lot of the people don't pay attention to. Chase Buckley, if you will come on up in here, bring your ass on up in here. I'll put the link in here also. Turn my Facebook off. So we'll be bling, bling, blinging. Put the invite in here. Everybody will come on and say a few words. Get the show on the road. Yeah, like you said, we're going to be getting into Sir Francis Bacon. Eat peanut butter while I'm on the show. That's a bad move. It's not a good move. Right there. That's a move. Put the shit away. But damn, I don't know why I did that. All right. We get a Sir Francis Bacon, William Shakespeare, in his role in this Bible, and then the King James, and Freemasonry. That's right. I said Freemasonry. First of all, I'd like to say I'm not a Freemason. I have nothing against Freemasonry. If you want to practice Freemasonry, that's your right as an American citizen, right? So this video is not to deter you from your faith in the Bible. This video is not to, how can I put it? Take shots saying that you shouldn't deal with the Bible or anything like that. I'm just giving you the history of what a lot of people will like to say, that the King James Version Bible is a direct translation from King James and his people, and that's right. Thanks for stopping by. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when a new video is uploaded. Yeah, so we're gonna get on into this thing, and like I said, right on the thumbnail, you see that Baphomet head. Being an ex-Hebrew Israelite, some of the stuff that I'm going to go over tonight, I was also told about. And now that I look back, and from what their doctrine was, with King James being a so-called black Israelite, which we at that time believed that the Israelites were black. King James was a so-called black man. You can see many prints of King James where people will try to tell you that, see, he's a black man in this picture. And the Most High set him up to do the correct translation of the Bible. And they say that the King James Bible is the most accurate version of the Bible to read, that is translated directly from the Hebrew and Greek texts. And all the other versions before the King James Version were translated from Latin, from the Hebrew and Greek into Latin, then from Latin into English. So we were taught that the King James Version of the Bible was the most accurate Bible to read to get the clearest understanding of what was being said in the original text. But for what we're going to show tonight, there's been some tampering. There's been some little things and stuff that some of these people that had a hand in this translation did to mark their work. We see this all the time, like in art, music, literature, where an author or artist might secretly encode messages, images, their names, signatures, and stuff like that in their works. That isn't really visible to the eye. If you know what you're looking for, you will find it. Peace, Desert Ghost. Peace. Thanks for stopping by. So, yeah, we can get right on into this thing here. There's only 2 people. So, guys, I appreciate you guys can share this video. We get this on the road. I'm going to take another little musical break, and I'm going to play another track from another of our contributors, go by the name of No Face Killer, aka Tuesday, aka Lamad, aka don't ask me my name, or I'm not going to show my face. So yeah, we're gonna get into another track by him and see if we get some more people in the room and get this thing started. All right. So I'll be right back in a little bit.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever forget your dreams, man. Stick to them. Dream chasing in the fast lane. In this rat race, feel like I'm older than my dad's age. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. 24/7, 365, running the course that goes in circles. My advice to you is stop and smell the roses once in a while you got life in you. Savor all the precious moments in life, cause life is but a moment in time. In a blink of an eye, all this could be taken away while we take it for granted on that paper chasing, making that cake and saving up to take it with you to the grave. This entertainment business is insane. I wish it could have came. It can happen to you. Feel like you want something. Feel like you lost something. Don't know what it costs to ever thought it can happen to you. Feel like you want something so bad you thought when you have it you through. I'm sure ain't happy you fool. Feel like you lost something. Yeah, it can happen to you. Time is something you can't buy. Once you lose it, you can't find it back. It ain't money, it ain't bias. The time waits for no man, and it's running away. Can't do nothing but wave by. And when you're old and gray, remember the loved ones that stayed by you through your success and failures. Cause niggas will quit and bail on you and ditch you when your success is failing. I got successful failing. We went from friends to strangers now. Under our breath, we saying a bunch of shit and talking behind each other's backs. Tension, resentment, anger. And it is what it is, I can't explain it. Maybe God would grace us and send an angel to change the situation we made. This entertainment business is insane. I wish you could have it can happen to you. Feel like you want something so bad you thought when you have it you through, but you ain't happy, you fool. Feel like you lost something. Don't know what it costs to ever thought it can happen to you. Feel like you want something so bad you thought when you have it you through, but you ain't happy, you fool.
Really should ever heard.
Feel like you lost something.
Hey yo,
Yeah, it can happen to
hurt. When you grow all your dreams to fur, turn into nightmares and re-emerge, and they'll reoccur until you just believe it work. And I done been there, believe it works. And when it seems to hurt, don't ever lose the fight in your heart. Just be yourself in the light and the dark. When I'm enlightened, I spark with the pen. I start writing my thoughts, despite the critics and in spite of the charts. And I'm so gone, free falling since the day I was born, and still waiting on my rocket to come. I put my all in the song, but nowadays that don't mean a thing. This entertainment business is insane. I wish you
Whoever
could
thought it can happen to you. Feel like you want something so bad you thought when you have it you through, but you ain't happy, you fool. Feel like you lost something. Don't know what it costs. Whoever thought it can happen to you. Feel like you want something so bad you thought when you have it you through, but you ain't happy, you fool. Feel like you lost something.
Sir, back again. See how we do. All right, sure. But it's all good. I invited a bunch of Hebrew Israelites, so that's why I invited that goddamn killer keep talking that shit again. Yep, but yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So again, I said this is a research paper by Let me get my screen shared here. I love that song, No Face Killing. If you guys want any of the tracks or any songs I play, just hit me up. Send them on. Shout out to Josh, No Face Killer, and Troy Willison for contributing their music to the road. Francis Bacon and the inspiration of the 1611 King James Bible research project by Peggy Hart. Right? Let's listen to what she has to say. Open up any King James Bible from any time. Okay. Open up any King James Bible from any time period up to current day, and the first thing you'll see is this so dedicated. How do you say that word?
Dedicatory.
Yeah, dedicatory letter of King James. And examining multiple Bibles from different eras, no two seems to be alike. The original 1611 edition, however, is quite unique. Millions of people have been exposed to this document for over 400 years. Even people that open the King James Bible regularly flip right past this document and never give it a second thought. It's always been there, and it's just a dedication letter to King James the First. Or is it? Topic of this presentation will focus on who is the true author of this document, what is really hidden here, and where does it lead and why. The translator's role in the project of the King James Bible really was more of a refining task than it was a translation, because the Tyndale and the Geneva Bibles were already in print in English. This was a task to make the greatest book of all time, and the man to fulfill the finishing touches and production details of the final product was Francis Bacon. Yet no one to date has given him the credit, nor the acknowledgement of such a monumental achievement. The motivation behind this letter, however, leads to possibly one of the most elaborate conspiracies in the history of mankind, and it was hidden away literally in plain sight. To understand what really went on behind the scenes of this project, we need to understand the purpose behind it all, the clues and the clues left behind. The idea place to start is with the magnificent letter G. This is definitely a Masonic G, a symbol of geometry of the most sacred kind. And we know that King James himself was a Mason. See, people, all these Hebrew Israelites talk about Masons and how they're evil, how they worship the devil, all these things, right? So if that's true, this is your book that you follow. Somebody popped up in here. I got to do so. It's happening. Talk to me. Okay. I'm gonna throw you on mute. Get it together. All right. Dropped off. All right, you want to come back in to sit today? I'll throw you back on. Okay, so. All right, we should be good. Yeah, take that out. Okay, all right. We should be good. Let's get my screen shared again. Shit happens, y'all. Shit happens. All right. All right, we should be all good. Start there. To understand what really went on behind the scenes of this project, we need to understand the purpose behind it all. The clues left behind, the ideal place to start is with the magnificent letter G. This is definitely a Masonic G. James himself was a Mason, initiated in 1601 in the famous Scoon Perth No.3 Lodge in Scotland. Now, I want to stop right there. A lot of Hebrew Israelites like to talk about Freemasonry and how they worship Satan, they're homosexual, follow Lucifer, and all this other crazy stuff that they don't know anything about. Once again, I'm not a Freemason. I don't know what goes on in the lodge. And anybody else that's not a Freemason also doesn't know what goes on in the lodge. So, with that, but these Hebrew Israelites and other, say, Christian groups or whatever, will try to attack. Not all Christians, but there are some out there that will attack Freemasons. but at the same time, stand on their King James Version of the Bible as being the direct, I'll say it again, as being the direct source from God, translated from the authority of King James. So God put the Spirit on King James to make a correct version of the Bible for us to read today, right? And there is no other Bible out there that compares to it. That's what I was taught, and that's what is still being taught in these Hebrew Israelite camps and these other Christian groups out there. So when you get people that like to speak against Freemasonry, or say, I was an ex, I'm an ex-Freemason, right? You won't never, ever, 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 I repeat this, listen close, you will never hear them state the lodge that they were a member of. And why they don't is because they never were in the lodge. But they can tell you all types of things that go on inside the lodge. Just showing that there's a bunch of things. As you can see here, even up to this day, they know that King James was registered in the Scoon Perth No.3 Lodge in Scotland. Any Freemason could tell you under what his lodge number is and where it's located. Every Freemason. And every Freemason is recorded. So, for example, if you were put out of a lodge, or you left the lodge, kicked out, however it went down, and say Atlanta, Georgia, and you go to Melbourne, Australia, and try to join a lodge, guess what? They will know that you were a Freemason, because they will have you on the record. It's a worldwide record that you can't get away from. So, that, I'm going to read on. Like I said, if anybody want to come in, the link's there. Say a few words. Okay. The mural of this event still hangs in the lodge today. As we can see on this image here, this is the image of King James taking his initiation into the Scoon Perth No.3 Lodge in Scotland. It is in the lodge to this day. So all you guys that want to say that King James wasn't a Mason, there's your proof. They have them recorded. They have the lodge. The lodge is still in the works today, and they actually have a mural inside of the lodge honoring King James I of Scotland. And here you can see him kneeling in his initiation. Right? First order of business is to acquire a facsimile of the original 1611 printing, and these can be found online, okay, by King James Bible online.org. You can find it. Okay. If we break down the dedicatory letters of the third page, 7th paragraph construction, that it is, and examine every word with more clear spectacles, we find clues, hidden meanings, and words that need to be examined for what they mean, where they are in the document, and ask why. There are 46 to 54 men that participated in the project of the King James version of the Bible. The exact number is cited as unknown on exactly when men were compensated for their work. Very few notes or documents exist from the project, despite centuries of searching for them. The overseeing of these men fell on 2 men, Thomas Wilson and Miles Smith. neither of which were ever known to write elaborate lyrical documents or have the vast literal or linguistic flair to write with such style, right? So these people were the overseers of this authorized translation of King James, right? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to pull up this is an image of Thomas Bilson. Let's go. Let's go. Thomas Bilson. Does he look like a Hebrew Israelite that dresses in purple and sitting on the corner screaming and yelling at people? Does he look like a so-called Negro, as the Hebrew Israelites would say? No. He's white as a lily. And look at those rosy cheeks. Just look at those rosy cheeks. Let's take a look at those rosy cheeks. So, if King James is a black man, right? He also had these, what they will call Edomites, overseeing the translations of the Bible. Y'all got some explaining, right? And we can go again. We can check out the cat, right? There we go. Look at that. Let's see if I can make it. There we go. Big guy, big guy. White as a little. Look at those rosy cheeks. Look at those rosy cheeks. Look at those rosy cheeks. Look. These are the people that put together your translation of the King James Bible. See that? Don't look like so-called Israelites, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on. Only two people up in here, but come on. Come on. You ain't got to lie now. You ain't got to lie. You ain't got to lie. You do not have to lie. See? Am I playing or what? Am I playing games? Y'all let me know if I'm playing games. I'm going to give y'all this one. So in case any of y'all didn't see the thumbnail, all you conspiracy nuts. All right? Hold that. Hold that right there. All you conspiracy nuts. What's that right there? What's that right there? Baphomet. Look. Y'all see it? Look at the serpents on the side. That is a goat. See? That's a man goat. A Billy. Oh man. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. All right. Why does it look? There he goes again. Thomas Bison. That's the other guy. The other dude. Look, that like you're right, Pete. It's right in front. Facts right in front of him. Right in front of him. Right in front of him. I showed y'all Thomas Bilson and Miles Smith, both of them. Right? Let's keep this shit going. Enter Francis Bacon, Lord Chancellor of the Court. Right? Oh shit. Why did we get one of Francis Bacon? Hold on, let me get one of Francis Bacon with me. Francis Bacon. Francis Bacon. Holy shit. All right, there we go. Look at my man right here, Francis Bacon. Oh. My man right here, Francis Bacon. The cool as a cucumber. Brother is cool as a cucumber. All right, y'all. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Come on. Work with me here. Work with me, y'all. Work with me. Work with me. What is a lily? And look at those rosy cheeks. And a little red nose. Look, chilling. Got the hat cocked in the side and shit like a real pimp. Pimping, guys. A big pimp. Spending cheese. Now, as we're going to read, he's the man. He's the real man. Right there. Do he look like an Israelite, y'all? Look at his beard. That look like an Israelite. Come on now. Come on. Don't play with me. Don't play with old killing me. All right, let's keep going. He was Lord Chancellor of the court, superbly educated, well-traveled, brilliant in the legal realm, and noted as the mastermind of the English language. Most importantly, Bacon was very close with King James, and the monarch would take full advantage of all Bacon's assets and give him the task of writing the letter of dedication, because this Bible was to be read in every church and be in every household. Yup, it wasn't Israel. Not these. Exactly. Then Francis Bacon was born in January 22nd, 1561. He has even now, you look at this time, right? I want you guys to go to my Moorish video. You can go to my channel and hit the little magnifying glass thing and just put in Moor. The video should pop up, where I debunked the whole Moorish thing and how England and these countries and stuff treated Africans and stuff. It kind of ties in with some stuff. Watch that video. It's an awesome video. Right? So, let me continue. Okay. 1561. And has been heavily speculated that he was the illegitimate son of Queen Elizabeth I, an Earl of Leicester. Robert Dudley, never to be revealed to the world as such, right? But lovingly adopted by Lord and Lady Bacon, parents of a great wealth, education, and social influence. There is very strong evidence that Bacon was the true author behind the first folio of Shakespeare and the founder of the secret fraternity referred to as the Brotherhood of the Rose Cross, also known as the Rosy Cross or the Rosicrucians philosophy. And this is where the dots start to connect. Now, the Rosicrucians, I want to do a video. I've been wanting to do a video for a long time. Beverly Randolph. He was so-called black man. He was the first to bring the Rosicrucian order to the Americas. So stay tuned for that. Bacon's birthday is of great significance, as we'll learn about more, because he uses this as a type of signal of clues to be found or things that are to be taken note of in this document. The numeral 22 is spelled 22. And also, if Bacon would have inherited his birth surname, he would have been a Tudor or a Tudor. So the letter TT also takes on meaning that seen together is prominent ways, even B equals 2 in Bacon cipher. So the first line of the dedicatory we see to the Most High and Mighty. This is an instant sign to pay attention because this document has something to find within it. Next, we are reminded that the 24-letter alphabet and Elizabethan times with James spelled iams, because there was no letter J at the time, they used the I in the place of the J. The letter J and I were the same, as were the U and the V. So when you go to that website and look at the original King James Bible, you're going to see words in there that don't have that, where a J should be, it's not there. Where a U should be is not there. It's replaced with a V. And also, where there's supposed to be S's, you will see an F in the place. Then in line 7 are odd font variations and a mixture of standard print and italics. Also, many lines have erratic spacing and punctuation with excessive spacing as well. So we have a man holding up the original King James Bible, the Museum of the Bible, Washington, D.C. See it? When you consider the massive size of the 1611 King James Version Bible itself, these things must have really made an impression to the viewer, as the printed pages were 18 inches in length and 12 inches in width, which is pretty big. The standard size of a letter is 8.5 by 11. So you can just see how. And what your normal Bible today is probably what 6 by 8 maybe or less, 5 by 8 or something like that. Just abnormal pretty. And the text is a telling clue of both Bacon being the author, and also that these anomalies were deliberate and were hiding something. Great and manifold were the blessings. Most dread sovereign, right? On first inspection, capitalized words seem to pop off the page. But why would words such as seed and peace warrant being capitalized? Could their spacing off the margins be significant? It's just seemed that there was something to all of these odd things, and so I began to look at it with different eyes. First seed and peace appear in line 17 of the main text. 17 is an important number to the Rosicrucians, as the letter R equals 17 in Bacon's cipher. Also note that C equals 3, and we will visit this again later on as well. Then almost instantly, we start to see where lines between seed and peace could intersect with a R. At the word translators in the heading. It just happens to fall dead center of the page. Next, I decided to see if this, in fact, was the true center, and I proved it folding the paper in half. This led me to evaluate all the words that fell in the center line. Immediately, I'm drawn to mercies and lower down treasure. From here, the brilliant work of my dear friend Peter Amundsen of Norway starts to echo in my head. And why not? We're dealing with the same culprit here, Francis Bacon. Peter's book lays out decisively the theory that Bacon was both behind the Rosicrucians and Shakespeare. And the place that this document led to is about to solidify this like pure gold. But first, back to page 1 of this dedicatory. I begin to wonder if all the capitalized letters here were spelling a key word. So far, I had an S from seed, circle, P from peace, and the R in translator. And what did the angle of lines mean? Then a light bulb went off in my head, and I realized what I was looking at was the square and the compass, the Masonic symbol. I started to immediately be amazed at what I had discovered. Could it really be right in front of every King James Bible in existence? Yet this was barely the tip of the iceberg. I then circled the E in England, an A in Almighty, and then it became clear. Spear. There it was, the word that would definitely have meaning to Francis Bacon. This all goes back to the goddess Athena, the shaker of the spear. Athena was the goddess of wisdom. Many of Bacon's writings bear the headpiece representative of Athena, with the double cursive AA atop pages. These are also found in Shakespeare. Now we see here, right? See, I folded the paper and you get these words here, these letters. You got the R, you got the S, and then the right hand corner, like where the compass and square will cross. You got the P on the other side of it. You have Almighty at the top here. All right, that's it. Sneaky ass mouse music. I wonder if y'all hear that shit. Right? In my Masonic square. All right. Let's continue. Again, I revisited in the folded page, and the word right in the middle of it all was darkness. Darkness, it says. Hi, Murphy, darkness. Right? As we can see here, look, that's the pyramid. See how they circle the words where the lines intersect, right? And contemplating this word, I thought to consider words above it and below it. Lo and behold, mercies is exactly 7 lines above it. This is beautiful because Petter's book is entitled The 7 Steps of Mercy with Shakespeare's Key to the Oak Island Temple. Peter believes, and I completely agree and support him in his theory, that the Templar treasures were brought from the Holy Land to Scotland, then taken across the Atlantic by Bacon's apprentice, Thomas Bushnell, then buried for all time along with the manuscripts of Shakespeare. The number 7 is important, as it is the number of days God took to create the universe. Also, the menorah, also believed to be part of the treasure, has 7 candlesticks. It is equally important because mercy is the 7th step in the tree of life, if counted from the base to the top, which we will visit later. But this is significant to the Rosicrucian. Also, 7 in Freemasonry is the stage of the Masonic jewel. Could the Rosy Cross be tied to King James himself? Absolutely, MC McGuan. Sir Francis Bacon was also a master alchemist, the highest form of the dark arts. Yes, he was. You're absolutely right. They don't hear us, though. They don't hear us. It wasn't far stretch at all to take some of these key words and start to research them in the actual Bible verses. See what Chris did today with Carpenter and with Apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? The same things all coming together. I wanted to know the source, and the most likely place was the Holy Scripture. Bacon was an avid scholar of the Bible, and in a simple Google search, I found Bacon's favorite verse. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out the matter. That's right. Hit that thumbs up button, people. Hit that thumbs up button. Thank you. It is the glory of God to conceal things, but the honor of kings is to search out the matter. Returning to the dedicatory letter, let us not overlook that this is a 3-page document. The first page had proved so interesting that surely whatever hidden message was there wasn't confined to only the initial page. Page 2 of the dedicatory is maybe more revealing than page 1. As we can see here, here's also there. You see they spell it different. You guys can how they wrote back then. It's not how we write English today. So, see how they spell majesties? And Maiesties. Loyal is Loyall, right? Then you have truth, Trueth. You got work, Worke. For when your highness, right? But it's spelled Highneffe. The F's supposed to be S's, right? But they made S's. Sometimes they took the letter S and used the F instead. Look at English right here. English. ENGLIFH. See, darkness, DORKNEFFE. Right? Here we find both author and author. The latter on line 33. This is a definite Bacon signature. B equals 2, A equals 1, C equals 3, O equals 14, N equals 13, totaling 33. And telling of his lifetime stance on being a dual personality. Many believe that Bacon struggled with knowing he was a royal, because remember, they said that he was a son of Queen Elizabeth, right? But he was adopted by these other people. So in actuality, he was a royal, but was living as a common person. So I guess he knew that, and they say that he struggled with that, right? That he was a royal by blood, but denied kingship due to the circumstances of his birth. Also, this duality is evident in the writings of Shakespeare, but incorporating William Shakespeare, the Stratford again, to serve as the front man for the project. And so, the multiplicity of the meaning of two or twos carries into the King James Version project as well. It is literally Bacon's call sign. Page 2 also repeats the word darkness, and also another Masonic symbolic reference in the phrase hammered on the anvil. Also, the word anvil falls exactly center of the page. And so it is with the phrase that I delved into the trustworthy rhymezone.com site to find out the usage of the word anvil in the Bible. With much delight, I learned it appeared only once in Isaiah 41, verse 7. Let's read it. So the carpenter, remember that piece of the day, what the carpenter was. So the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, and he that smootheth with the hammer, him that smote the anvil, saying, it is ready for the soldering. And he fastened it with nails that it should be. This one word would prove it to be pivotal in leading my search in the scriptures, because Isaiah proved to be the biblical smorgasbord of Bacon-inspired evidence. To clarify, it is not evident that Bacon changed the holy text, but his input was on how the book's pages and verses would appear in print. See that? Let me read this again. To clarify, it is not evident that Bacon changed the holy text, but his input on how the books, pages, and verses would appear in print, exclusively in the 1611 version. Isaiah is a book of 66 chapters. Many biblical scholars view it as a mini Bible. What's up, Akafu? View it as a mini Bible in itself, as there are 66 books in the entire Bible. This includes 39 books in the Old Testament, apocryphal books not counted, and 27 in the New Testament. The key chapters to inspect would be the numbers that had meaning to Bacon. So I began with Isaiah in chapter 2. Akafu, we continue on with Chris is bringing out today, right? With the words and stuff about they being initiated and all this stuff, right? We tied all this shit together. Check it out. Basically, in verse 4, the word spear appears, right? Now, this is something that I was taught by the leaders of GMS, right? This is the doctrine that I was taught when I was first coming to the Hebrew Israelite thing. This is one of the things that they showed us in the Bible. How King James was also a black man, what they taught us, and how he helped translate the King James Version of the Bible, and he put his signature, right? Now, this is another scripture that I can't find. I didn't have time to find it tonight. I'm going to try to search it. If this is not it, I might be bugging. But there was another scripture you could count. It was the first letter in every sentence. It spelled out Shakespeare. I might be bugging. This might be the scripture I'm talking about, but I believe there was another one. That you could count the capital letters in the beginning of each sentence in a certain verse, in a certain chapter. And it would spell out Shakespeare. Say, amazingly, in verse 4, the word spear appeared. And directly across on the facing page in verse 19 and in verse 21 is shake and shake. Yes, the dual identity signature lie right there in the chapter, exactly where I am certain that it inspired Francis Bacon, and he ensured that the printing would reflect this meaning of words. Now, you know, too, with the printing, it wasn't like how today you could just type out some shit and print it. These people had to take little blocks of letters and put them together. You know what I'm saying? On a board for these things to be printed. The book had to be binding. Right? That was Isaiah chapter 2. Right? There's another one. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 4, spears. Verse 19, shape. And verse 21, shape. Chapter title, Mercy Promised. Hope y'all paying attention to the other stuff I said before. Right? These headings were the work of Bacon in the King James Bible Project. Yup, because he was a Mason. He was initiated in 1601 in the Scoon and Scoon and something Lodge number 3 in Scotland. Scoon and Pets or Perch or something like that. I forgot what it was. But I talked about it earlier. Okay. These headings were the work of Bacon and King James Bible Project, along with chapter headings, verses, summaries that appear in every chapter throughout the entire book. Again, let it be stressed that Bacon did not change the Bible per se. He added specific things in strategic places and ensured that the printing will reflect to be exactly the way he wished to present it. So with evidence stacking up, the search of Isaiah's continued, and the next place to look was chapter 53. No, Chris, tear that goddamn Isaiah chapter 53 up. Chris got a patent on that motherfucker. All right. So number 53 is significant in the sacred geometry, which is part of the Rosy Cross. The Rosy Cruces, right? Encompasses and their beliefs. To Rosicrucians, the 3, the 4, and the 5 triangle is significant. The angles are the building codes that date back to the pyramids and the construction of stone masons. Again, this is well explained in Peter Amundson's book, as he found indication that the 3, 4, and 5 triangle is linked to the Rosy Cross fraternity through the discovery of Shakespeare's play Symbolism. Let me see about that.
Symbolism.
Expecting Isaiah 53, you need not even get into reading the chapter to find Rose Cross signature, as it lies right in the chapter verse summary at the top with the word cross. You can see here. This is deliberate placement by Bacon. The word cross is not found whatsoever in the Old Testament. The story of the crucifixion is in the book of Luke in the New Testament. In the days of Isaiah, Jesus Christ would not even be born for centuries. And Isaiah is the prophet who foretold this coming. Chris Harrison has some emphasis. But anyway, this leads one to ask, what does mercy mean to Bacon? And the other non-question is, if we have cross, where's Rosie? All right. Back to rhymezone.com to search for Rosie in King James Bible. But it's not there at all. But what about just rose? There are two. First, in the famous verse, I am the rose of Sharon. in the lily of the valley in the Song of Solomon 2 and 1. But the second appearance of the word rose is in Isaiah 35. Isaiah 35, 53, 35. See, the duality ain't flipping, right? And here you go. Again, we are facing with significant numbers, 35 and 53 mirrored, or palindrome number. Exactly.
Palindrome.
Palindrome. Palindrome. A word, phrase, or sequence that reads the same backwards as forward. Okay. It makes perfect sense. The printing of it in the verse is also noteworthy. Rosie is sometimes found as Rosie or Rosette. And here, the Y in rejoice directly above the rose touches it. It's sublime perfection, giving us Rosie in 35 and cross in 52. Coincidence? Every dot was connecting and seemed to admit more and more revelation. Next, the span of chapter 35 with 53 would enclose exactly 17 chapters, 17, between 36 and 52. This led an investigation of the exact middle, which would fall at chapter 44 through 45. Split exactly. The last verse of Isaiah 44, pictures on the right-hand side here, reveal this jewel of a verse. Isaiah 44:28, that says to Cyrus, he is my shepherd, and shall perform all my pleasure, even saying to Jerusalem, thou shalt be built, and to the temple thy foundation shall be laid. And then you got in 45:3, and I will give thee treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which call thee by thy name, I am God of Israel. Within it, we have inspirations of Freemasons to build Solomon's temple and lay the foundation. The right-hand facing page at the top, right, to show, also lends the perfect verse in chapter 45, verse 3. Note C equals 3. In Bacon's cipher, telling of the treasures of darkness and the hidden riches of secret places. Indeed, I felt I had come full circle with the discovery and its reflection on my original discovery in this dedicatory. What are we to conclude from all this? We are left with the burning enigma: what is mercy? Where is mercy? And what is the treasure hidden in darkness? Could it be that the clue was within the word itself? The art, and the first degree of Freemasonry rituals, the initiative is said to be coming out of darkness. Peter
Amundsen.
Theory includes the art being part of the treasure he firmly believes could be buried in Oak Island, Nova Scotia, whatever. But his decipherment of the first folio of the Shakespeare play led him to directly to a stone cross on this island where he proved not only was it a cross formation, but uncovered further stones that reveal a Kabbalistic tree of life. And look, so we have mercy. 7-7. 7-7. I believe that the entire scheme of things for Bacon was incubated in the Bible scholarship background, then manifested into the project of the King James Version and carried out in Shakespeare project. Bacon is the only person that had heavy involvement with all of these projects. He studied the ancient teachings in great depth. Mercy is certainly a Sephiroth within the tree of life. The story of God's mercy is the essence of Isaiah. Could there be more in the Bible? Absolutely. Bacon likely took extreme detail with his favorite book of Psalms, and which there has already been a Shakespeare in chapter 46. He also was involved in the apocryphal book of Maccabees, Second Maccabees, Luke, and Revelation, just to name a few. Maybe all of it will be revealed, but discoveries must be vetted and accepted. This is all we can aspire to at present, if nothing else. Hopefully, this presentation has told his inspiration both from, but also into the King James. Do you have people? Add something else. Oh yeah, this thing on. Yeah, I can go. So what you guys think of all this so far? Thanks, yeah, I'll put the link in here if anybody will come on and talk about this. I had somebody try to come in here earlier. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a little break, drink some water and stuff. And what I'm gonna do today? Here's some Josh here. We can get some Josh. Maybe it's something. No, that's too common. Maybe it's short. Exactly. Opera. Yeah, we go with the How Dumb Opera by Josh. I'll be right back.
Why? Judah gotta know, cats is Hasbro. Move your toes, see your soul, fly out the window. Versus Winslow's, catapult the mind beyond icicles. Land in Japan, where it trickles. The nickels catch they prey, seemingly, battingly, through gaze. At bays, perfect the day. Watch Ashkenaz to Nazareth fade. Glad in nights, his sleep pervades. Sleigh bells ring up top. Everglades. Judah gotta know, cats is Hasbro. Move your toe and see a soul. Fly out the window, worse is wind blow. Catapult the mind beyond icicle. Land in Japan, where it trickles. The nickel catch they prey, seemingly, madly through gaze. At bays, perfect the day. Watch Ashkenaz the Nazareth fade. Clad in night, his sleep pervades. Sleigh bells ring up top. the Everglades. Abstract mind, beyond temple design, yet construct temples in the rhyme. Seem beyond fair weather friends. What kind of time do you spend? Lend not to a pig, they only kill what you dig. Took a swig, called a nig. Thoughts are algebraic and trig. While y'all lighten up pig, y'all Guinness contains squid. Open the lid to read out commands, law and testimonies. Phonies be damned. They call Shem a sham. Have you worshiping spinning lambs? Oh, so nervous. Oh, lost in mania, more than whirling dervish. How can he hurt this? Said my perishing man. Tell on myself, oh damn. Ran with a pack of wolves till I heard the hoods. Turned my I can into I could. Rock my locks to show study. Knowing got Yahweh all above me. Lovely as I think about Yasharal on the brink. Brinks got our city on ink. Delivered to you faster than you blink. Instead of killing, I'm healing. Reading what children revealing. Not double talk, card dealing. Illin' when you see your ways. Got real soldiers on deck. Ready to slay. Judah gotta know. Taxes has bro. Move your toe and see your soul. Fly out the window. Worse is wind blow. Catapult. The mind beyond icicles. Land in Japan where it trickles. The nickels catch they prey. Seemingly. We perfect the game. Watch Ashkenaz the Nazareth Bay. Clad in light, richly pervade. Sleigh bells ring. Up top, the Everglades.
Shout out to God. That was the Howard Al-Maka. Shout out to God. Back in the I think I need to do that more often. Play some music. You know what I'm saying? Things I get a little break here and there. So, guys, let me know in the comments. All right. Let me share that on. We're going to dig a little bit into Shakespeare and this all. Shakespeare in Psalms 46. Going on to King James in 46. For Shakespeare's secret legacy, secret key of masculine life, two are forbidden. Shakespeare's verses. For thousands upon thousands of years, great sages, masters, seers, prophets, teachers have been attempting to convey to us the ultimate truth about who we really are, where we come from, and why we're here on this planet. Yet to most people, it still remains a mystery, more than a mere mystery. Forbidden, it seems as if the power of the human mind has usurped the power of the soul. All who attempt to liberate the soul are met with the harshest of resistance. Thus, despite the miracles of science and technology, the promise of world peace and prosperity are given to us in scriptures, seems as far away as it has. In 1610, King James and his team began working on a new translation into English of the Holy Bible. The year in which Shakespeare would have been 46 years old. If you turn to Psalms 46, if you turn to Psalms 46 in the King James Bible, if you count exactly 46 words into the Psalm, you will find the word shake. If you count 46 words back from the end of Psalms, you will find the word spear. Was the world's greatest poet, playwright, and humorist somehow involved in the translation of the King James Version? Did he have the chutzpah to leave a thumbprint in the text? Chutzpah, that's not true. They had the balls to leave a thumbprint. He certainly made a constant mention of biblical text throughout his plays. At least 1,400 direct references has been noted, and countless allusions and allegorical uses of biblical motifs abound. The true meaning of the wording of Shakespeare's will is hidden so masterfully in his plots. We think we're watching history or political satire or moral dilemma, but we're being infused with timeless spiritual wisdom. This was a dangerous game. This was the era of Reformation. Any hint of heresy would have been given a short shrift. Yeah, if you really examine what Shakespeare was hinting at, heresy would be an understatement. Human beings have many conflicting desires. We want to obey and be good. We also want to rebel and feel good about being bad. We are curious and afraid of curiosity. We are curious and afraid our curiosity will lead to punishment. We need to express ourselves and at the same time conceal the deeper truth of what we express. Listen to what this person says here. When I was about 12 years old, I discovered the secret delights of masturbation. I also felt it wicked and shameful. So much pleasure had to be wrong. I decided to limit my sin only to Sundays. Sundays for me became the best day of the week. I also kept a daily journal. I felt compelled to record my weekly adventure, but I was terrified of what might befall me if, say, my mother found out. Note, to protect myself while expressing my truth, I simply devised a code word in my journal. See, check this out. I called it a sun. Now I was free to describe my experiences of self-discovery without fear of shame. She undoubtedly would have been totally cool about the truth, but had she strayed into my journal, she'd have found curiously poetic references to the sun abound in my daily pages. So the sign is support is yep. Check this out. This is deep. She had found curiously poetic references to the sun abound in my daily pages. Poetic doesn't mean meaningless. Even at the tender age, I must have had a attunement with Shakespeare. Whenever I see Romeo's immortal line, soft, what light in yonder window breaks? Is it the east in Juliet is the sun? I wonder what his symbols conceal and simultaneously express. Now, 400 years after his death, as I explore and write more in Writing more and about his hidden messages to his fellow travelers on Earth, I find myself in an archaeological dig, uncovering a vast hidden civilization. This will be hard, but exciting to hear, especially for those who have spent a lifetime devoted to exploring and understanding Shakespeare. This is something that I just want to say. This is something Shakespeare was something that I'm interested. My younger years, like in school or stuff like that. Now I'm definitely going to be giving more into it. I'm going to read on. At a deeper level, underneath the nexus of symbols and symbols of symbols, I have an controvertible
Incontrovertible.
incontrovertible evidence of multiple expressions of the forbidden truth, accumulating in the tempest that will liberate the soul from tyranny of the mind. In all his plays, he casts characters to represent the soul's battle with the mind. In Romeo and Juliet, and saying, "What light in yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun." He is delineating Juliet into the role of soul. The east is well-known biblical symbol for God, as is the sun. With sun also a pun on sun, he is casting Juliet as the son of God, or the soul of man. The twin forks of the serpent mind are here as the twin warring dynasties of Capulet and Montague. Romeo, it seems, is cast as prodigal son. The biblical motif of the soul's return home after its banishment from Eden. The world's exile is death. Then banished is death in its turn. This helps us understand why Adam and Eve, symbolizing the soul of man, having been told that they would die if they ate the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, were banished, not slain. It also gives insight into our plight in the physical universe and the true meaning of death. And of course, life. All this is one Picasso suite, of all this in one Picasso suite. The deeper theme, though, is forgiveness as the key to individual and world peace. Friar Lawrence confirms the prologue, "For this alliance may so happily prove to turn your household rancor to pure in love." Bitterness and resentment to pure love. If you look again at the text through those eyes, more and more evidence to collaborate this theory shows up. While there's no room at the end for it here, there is, in my forthcoming book, Shakespeare's Will, The Secret Key of Mastering Life. Here I take you on this dig through the depths of Shakespeare's true intentions and into the forbidden fruit that can awaken your own soul. That this is showing you the verse too when you count the 46 words and all that stuff. Some of you Hebrews are like joy. So that people on the house should be good. You guys want to come on, talk some crap, think, whatever. And don't forget to hit that like button, people. Take some time out. appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget that notification bell. Before I close out, I've been noticing a lot of views on Paulo Mayambe, history of Afro-Cubans, religions, and stuff like that. I've been noticing people stay like watching that video more than all my other videos. And I have maybe 2, maybe 3 continuations I have to do on those series, which I'm going to get to. I'm going to try to do today. I've been putting aside a couple of things, so I plan on doing that this week. Get more in tune with this. All right, so thank you, Pete, definitely for holding down my chat. Thank you, Akafu, Yabu, for stopping by. Thank you, AC Juan, Desert Ghost, Howada, or something like that. Remember his name. Tried to come in and say something. Jump off. But that, I think I'm about done. That's the same. All that being read. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to continue that follow tomorrow now with my voice. But yeah, I'm gonna take more of the system. Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure you guys share this, hit that like button, or hit the thumbs down button and tell me why you're mad about it. Definitely leave some comments on what you think of all of this, or anything that you might get add on about Sir Francis Bacon, William Shakespeare. So yeah, I look forward to reading your comments, and I'll definitely answer every comment you throw at me. With that, we're gonna head on out of this joint. Play something crazy. Let's try. No, I'm gonna play some more jobs. 33 things. Let's close out. All right. Head on out of here. Peace, y'all. Could be goddamn witchfinder general. You got a witch out. Burn their asses up.
Strong enough to dictate the conditions of fulfilling my needs. Then abstract. Whatever good is in you, I will use for my sustenance and for you. And you feel as though you haven't eaten in weeks.
Damn. It's fucked up, man. You know, cats always want to pretend like both sides they friends. Still crushing egos. Swish goes to free throw. Strictly like needles, cold and dark. Medieval, rip your knees trying to catch me. Blow chicks off the branch while they Netflix. Khabib when it comes to wrestling. Radiac on tracks while y'all search for facts. Never lax, y'all give it. You malfunction like Titanic rivet. Yeah, I hit it. Turn your biscuit back to biscuit. Tired of caring for nitwits. Sizzle up and crisp it. Leave earth in ditches. Call this relieving tension. Rinse in the words and flush turds. Crack your teeth like nerds. All y'all is birds. Sword swerves into arrows. And you up like cattle pins. I thought it was about lyrics, not entertaining themselves. Niggas sell their soul for 3 degrees. Still got their motherfucking hands up when they free. Speak for the king, they want your belief. Instead of wisdom, you get grief. Niggas sell their soul for 3 degrees. Still got their motherfucking hands up when they free. Speak for the king, they want your belief. Instead of wisdom, you get grief. destroyed my own. That's how I felt. Praising ain't about lip service. Damn shame. One critique make them nervous. Niggas is dried up like riverbeds. Deliver bird shit to their heads. Disrupt the feds, cause I'm fed up with them. What they gonna do? Remove me from pictures? Wisdom grows richer. Earthquake off the Richter. Dart penetrate the liver. Here's a lion. Initiate your dinner. Forgive the sinner. That's a real breadwinner. Children, team members. Blacks must become better swimmers. Mediterranean, yeah, it remembers. How can waters forget? Still catch fish in the net. In a way I jet. The text partner never recognized me as a gardener. But with their life, they want to barter. Niggas like to curse in front of the screen with their hands up, talking about y'all seen. The y'all mean, smack down all you green. Acting like you don't, the words sting. Niggas like to curse in front of the screen with their hands up, talking about y'all see. The y'all mean, smack down all you green. Acting like you don't, the word sting. Niggas forget the Torah's inside. Within, they act like dead, lamb skin, mannequin ass bystanders doing nothing while we accept the pressure of the struggling. Meaning, y'all will do no good. Walk through the hood, cats get me down. Put the world on my back and smell your lack. Cause you came off crack, that's just Jesus juice. Praise Yah, many have broke loose, yet many waste away. Still in the church to pay, or in a bootleg camp gay. Don't know what God you pray. Y'all got a serpent on the pole. That's why David fell in a hole. Even the ground was swole. Josh, why you wait, believe it, now you know. Day after day, it's as if we go nowhere. Strategically, inject repair. Through sound and word care. Niggas sell they soul for 3 degrees. Still got their motherfucking hands up when they freeze. Speak for the king, they want your belief. Instead of wisdom, you get grief. Niggas like to curse in front of the screen with their hands up, talking about y'all sing. The y'all mean, smack down all you green. Acting like you don't, the word sting.
You can't kill what's dead. Eternity's a long time. Be used to it. Eternity's a long time. Be used to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be goddamn with the general. Another one down, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.